and talking about what you have in your body, whether it's a
These are the questions that people want to hear.
tested now.
Let's not dance around the bushes.
Next question, please. Thank you.
John shuts her right down. And she goes, wow, wow. Clearly a Brazilian girl right here. You know what she kind of looks like is, oh, what's that girl's name that's armbarring everybody recently? Not Heather Hardy. Oh, my God. The Brazilian girl. The one that Joey Coco said he'd, you know. What the fuck is her name? But, all right, it gets even better. Check this out.
All right.
She's there trolling. This girl is there trolling so hard right now. And the fact that, like, I can understand, like, maybe she slipped through the cracks. I don't know what website she works for, what outlet she's with. But with the big changes of them going from Vegas to California, now you're having all these last-second media members applying for the press conference that's now in California. There's been a lot of changes. This girl knows she's trolling. She laughs. You know, you got to feel weird when John Jones goes next question. But props to this girl for not beating around the bush and keeping it 100. You got to respect that, man. And the UFC does have a ban list. They have no issue banning media members. These are the questions that people need to know. Why is this here? Everyone's dancing around the bush. They shut Ariel down before this. People need to know. These are the questions we're afraid to ask. A lot of the people in this room would not ask this question.
Dana White, tell me, why are we still having this guy here?
How badass is this girl? Dana White, why do we have this guy still here after multiple tests? Fat. Like, that's badass.
Being 2 years suspension like Frank Mir.
Frank Mir, also Tom Lawler, 2 years out. He spends the entire 2 years of his suspension with no paycheck, nothing, and then at the end of it, when it gets lifted, they release him.
Why are we still what? What's the question?
Respect for Dana for actually going through with it, because Dana's about to try to rebuttal and shut this girl down, make her feel like a real idiot. But this girl doesn't take it, man. And a lot of guys out, this takes balls. I'm telling you guys right now. Look at this picture. John Bones, thumbs down. She's up there. Do you guys realize what's going on here? She's down there calling out Dana White and John Bones for this entire situation. Think about how many fans, media members, fighters that had to change their whole schedule, their everything, because this guy failed his test. I understand on John Jones being like, why did this even get brought up? Like, it's such a small amount. Why did USADA even come out and say I got flagged? Why am I even flagged? And he does prove the point. Like, this is how good science is. And, you know, it's almost year 2020. Science is ahead of its time right now for it to be able to pick up that small of an amount. And the way he compares it, in case you guys haven't heard, is take a grain of salt, cut that up into 48 pieces, and drop it into an Olympic-sized swimming pool. And that is what was traced. That's mind-blowing. But still, you need to ask these questions. As a journalist, a media member, it takes balls to do it. Call it the president of the organization and the number one champ that they're backing up. Props to this girl. And she gets even brutal and throw some lip at Chris Cyborg after this.
Hold on.
Sit down.
I'm sitting down.
I want to take the mic.
Check that out. John goes, sit down. She goes, I'm sitting down. Thank you.
Better questions. Better journalism.
Better questions, better journalism. That's really funny because that is the question of a journalist to figure out why this situation happened. Better journalism. Check this out. I'm gonna let it roll. Let it roll.
Understand what your question is.
Is there a real
What's the reason
Better
for him
journalism.
having
Better
a
journalism.
picogram
You
in his
suck.
body?
Better journalism.
Hold on. Let him talk. What's the question?
Thank you, Dana. Once again, Dana being professional because Dana doesn't want to hear this either. Trust me, Dana does not want to hear any of this.
What's the reason for John Jones having a picogram in his body?
I don't know. Yeah. That's been the topic of this entire. Yeah, I told Ariel, talk to Jeff Nowitzki about that. If you want to know the science of what's going on, talk to him.
Alexander.
And she goes right to Alexander Gustafsson. Like, you know she's trolling. She had a mission as soon as they were going to give her that mic that she was going to ask these questions. And look at John Jones' face right here. He can't even believe it. Like, This girl, he knows it. This girl got bold. Look at Dana clinching onto that Monster Energy drink like this bitch.
What are your thoughts? Because it's been the focus is on this instead of the big fight coming up.
Finally, a good question. Finally, a good question.
Of course, that was going to be the question, John.
I think it's
The crowd calling out Amanda Nunes. In case you guys didn't see her right when we started this clip, Amanda was playing with her thing. It was like she was stoned out of her head. Like guys, when they smoke weed, they touch their beard a lot. Amanda's up there touching her little card. Like they got called out, trolling.
It's bad for the sport. It's bad for the.
It's bad for the sport?
It's not good for anyone having this type of conversations before a fight. But whatever. It doesn't really matter to me. We're here now. The fight is happening, and I'm happy for that. And I've never been this ready ever. So let's go. Let's do it.
Last question to Cyborg. Cyborg?
Yes.
I can see you don't have that energy in your face. Are you affected about this?
About what?
All this mess.
You don't have energy in your face?
I have a lot of energy. I can fight now.
What is going on here? Amanda's up there touching her little card. That takes balls to do that, guys. Calling out Chris. Like, the fact that this girl still has the microphone in the hand is pretty brutal.
Not good for anyone having this type of conversation.
And why is there anything in his, even if it's the smallest amount, why is there any in his system but not Alexander's? Why is there none in anyone else besides Frank? Like, why is this so random? Why is this in his system? Is it fair? I called him the MMA host the other night, and I was like, listen, guys, I know it's cool to talk about and shit, but at the end of the day, when we see these two step in the cage, I know this is really fun to talk about. We're going through the holidays. We're looking for some news to talk about. But when we see these two make their walkout finally to the cage, and we still don't know what John Jones is going to be walking out to. There were so many good ones. I even retweeted on my Instagram. The best one I saw was "Oops, I did it again," because John gets busted once again. And he brings it up in the press conference if you guys haven't already seen it. I'm going to try to rewind it and go to Ariel, his question. But this girl, let's give a round of applause to this girl. But at the end of the day, guys, we're going to be freaking out at the edge of our seats when both these guys step back in the octagon. I'm so thankful this fight is still on. I understand that it's such a small amount that I don't think it would affect John Jones. But the question is, why is it there? Why is it there?
Places before a fight, but whatever. It doesn't really matter to me. We're here now. The fight is happening, and I'm happy for that. And I've never been this ready ever. So let's go. Let's do it.
Last question to Cyborg. Cyborg?
Are you guys ready for this? Look at this girl. They go right to her face. She knows the next question. She planned this out. She's trolling so hard. Who is this girl? Somebody find out who this girl is.
Yeah.
I can see you don't have that energy in your face. Are you affected about this?
It takes balls, guys. It takes some balls.
About what?
All this mess.
This girl just called out Chris Cyborg.
You don't have energy in your face?
I have a lot of energy. I can fight
Who
now.
is this girl? Who are you?
Hey, I have a
missed
lot
that
of energy.
Where did you
smile.
come
I missed
from?
that smile.
It's funny because Chris has Twitter, John has Twitter. We know there's trolls out there. How did this girl get in, ask these questions? I love it. Thank God she did. This is not as good at UFC 205 presser, but I like this girl a lot. Who is she is the question. Chris knows what's going on. Look at Amanda. Look at Amanda's face.
Who's got the next question?
Dana.
Yes, ma'am.
Dana.
I'm Annika. I'm from Swedish.
Alright. Let's go to Ariel. Because Ariel gets shut down by Dana White. And it's the funniest thing. Because if you guys saw some of my previous videos, I actually did a Dana versus Ariel reaction. Here it is. This is so good. You know damn well what he's going to ask here, guys. You know damn well.
Question for Dana over here. Okay, Dana. I've heard you say, and I've heard Jeff Nowitzki say, I heard Andy Foster say that you guys are 100% sure that this is not a new ingestion, that you didn't re-ingest anything. How do you know that for sure?
How weird is that? They're saying that it's been picked up. He took 4 tests, and in the fifth test, it got picked up. And they're trying to say it's because of the half-life. Like, that does not make sense to me. I tried looking it up. I tried reading up as much as I could about it, and it just does not make sense.
That's a question for Dana.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's the question?
Sorry, I heard you and Jeff Nowitzki say, and Andy Foster said it as well, that you are 100% sure that this isn't as a result of a new ingestion. This is the same metabolite that was in his system back in July of 2017. The question I don't seem to find the answer to is, how do you know that?
Because that's what the experts are saying. The experts are telling us that's what they do. How else would I know? The experts are telling
And
us.
I don't expect you to know, but
Right,
who are the experts?
Ask Nowitzki. Call Nowitzki and set up an appointment to have an interview with him. He'll tell you.
Ariel, I can help you with that.
And I do believe Jeff Nowitzki would do an interview with Ariel Helwani for that situation, like Dana just brought up there. But look, John tries to chime in here, and Dana's looking on like, bro, come on, no, don't do it. It's career suicide answering this question. You didn't even know what a picogram was. You're calling it a ticogram.
You probably can't, actually. You let Nowitzki answer that question for you.
I would love.
Nowitzki's the expert on that. John Jones is calling it a pick.
And for you guys out there that don't know, Jeff Nowitzki is the guy who called out Barry Bonds. He's the guy who called out Lance Armstrong when he got busted. But the fact of the matter is, it's such a small amount. People are making it into such a big deal. You're beating a dead horse at this point. I'm so exhausted by this conversation. But is it fair? Is it fair? We've seen other people punished by it. Frank Mir losing out on the UFC for 2 years. Lawler, 2 years. This is not new. People in the MLB, NFL, they're getting flagged such a small amount. How is it in there? That's what we want to know. That's it. Why is it there? How did it get there? Where does it come from?
For Christ's sake. Okay? I don't think he can answer that question. So talk to Nowitzki.
Okay, he's also said that there's 12 to 14 other cases of this happening.
Yeah, you got to talk to Nowitzki. If you want to talk drugs, talk to Nowitzki.
Okay, can I just ask John what he wanted to say?
Shut down.
What did you want to say?
So Ariel knows he's fucking up here. He knows he's out on a limb right now asking this question. He knows that it's so weird too, because Ariel, if you guys don't remember UFC 200, he released news that Brock Lesnar was going to be fighting for UFC 200. I think it was UFC 199. He announced it. What was it? Uriah Faber versus Dominic Cruz and Michael Bisping versus Luke Rockhold. Right? Was that UFC 199? Ariel's in the crowd and he tweets it out that Brock Lesnar is confirmed from sources is going to be fighting on the main card for UFC 200. And this was right before the UFC actually announced it. They brought Ariel backstage, they roughed him up apparently, and they stripped him of his credentials. They said that he was never going to be allowed to go to press conferences, go to fights again ever for the UFC. And I remember watching the next day, you guys remember watching the next day, him crying and this and that. The fact of the matter that Ariel got signed to ESPN before ESPN picked up the UFC is hilarious, because now Dana's stuck with Ariel, and there's nothing they can do about it. He's getting credentialed through. Dana didn't even let it go when it came to Mayweather-McGregor. On that stand, you had Brendan Schaub and Marlon Ronaldo and Paulie Malignaggi doing the commentary. Ariel Helwani should have been there. Out of anyone, he should have been there representing the mixed martial arts scene. And Dana said, "Nope, not happening." So he knows he's reaching out on a limb asking this question here to Dana White. And he's trying to get it out of John. Like, what were you going to say? Back yourself up. Say it. Don't let Dana shut you down and be a man and tell us what was on your mind there. Tell us.
Metabolite that was in his system back in July of 2017. The question I don't seem to find the answer to is, how do you know that?
Because that's what the experts are saying. The experts are telling us that's what they do. How else would I know? The experts are telling us.
And I don't expect you to know, but who
Right,
are the
thank you.
Did you see how mad Dana just got? How would I know?
Who are the experts?
Ask Nowitzki. Call Nowitzki and set up an appointment to have an interview with him. He'll tell you.
Ariel, I can help you with that.
No, you probably can't, actually. You let
Shut
Nowitzki answer that question for you.
I would love.
Nowitzki's the expert on that. John Jones is calling it a pictogram, for Christ's sake. Okay?
Unfortunately, he's
I
not
don't
here.
think he can answer that question. So talk to Nowitzki.
Okay, he's also said that there's 12 to 14 other cases of this happening.
Yeah, you got to talk to Nowitzki.
Shut
If you
down.
want to talk drugs, talk to Nowitzki.
can I just ask John what he wanted to say? John, what did you want to say?
Ronaldo.
I want to take the advice of my boss and have you talk to Jeff.
Smart.
Nowitzki talk about that.
Okay. A question for Alex. How do you feel about the way this has been handled from your perspective?
I'm just happy we got a fight on Saturday. I'm happy we got a fight on Saturday.
And that's the real thing. At the end of the day, these guys are fighting on Saturday. Who do you guys got? Let me know down below in the comments. Let me know on Twitter at evil_echo. Let me know on Instagram at Pure Evil MMA. Also on Facebook. I don't really mess around on Facebook too much, but you guys can follow the page on Facebook at Pure Evil MMA_S. Guys, I need to figure out the Streamlabs situation so you guys can make donations and everything will pop up on the stream. But let me know who you guys got. Me and James McSweeney just spoke about this.